In this video, we're going to be talking about data limiting in visuals. My name is Hussam. I'm a petroleum engineer by background, and I sit at the intersection between AI and tech and oil and gas. So data limiting is available in every single visual within Spotfire. It's a really powerful way to be able to filter data using some specific business logic. So before we get into it, I just kind of want to outline the logical flow of how this works. So you are going to provide some data to your overall visual. Before that data is presented on the visual layer, it's going to go through some business logic to be able to filter out parts of that data. That's what we call data limiting. You're literally limiting that data. Once Spotfire goes through that business logic, it then provides you a filtered data set, and then that filtered data set is then visualized. It's pretty simple and straightforward. So what I have here is a visual of oil production over time. Now, I want to maybe limit this data to only look at a specific time range. Understanding that we have a filter right here for date, but I just want to showcase the idea of data limiting expressions. So if I click on the properties here, right click on the chart and click on properties, click on data. If I go down to limit data using expression, I'll click on edit. This is where you have the query window. You can write whatever logic you want in here, multiple layers of it, so long as this ends up in a Boolean value, true or false, okay? So we're gonna go ahead and say data, or say date, and we're going to go put our date column in here, is greater than equal to date 2023-0101. Great. Now, if I click OK, what it'll go ahead and do is it'll filter that entire visual to only show data for 2023. Now, you can see this is useful if you're trying to filter out maybe data that has erroneous values of a specific type, of a specific area, etc. Now, it's pretty simple and straightforward for this one, but this can really grow in complexity if you're adding in multiple conditions. One thing that I like to do is I like to centralize my business logic into a column instead, and I'll show you why. If you go ahead and add calculated column, I'm going to go ahead and say does meet criteria, does meet criteria. We'll go ahead and just keep it at that for now. Maybe not the greatest name, but we'll go with it. So we're going to do the same exact expression where we're going to say date and date greater than or equal to date and 2023-0101, okay? Now, it's going to go ahead and create a new column here. If we add in our column down at the table, let's go ahead and remove this. Let's go ahead and change actually our data table because we did it on the data side. We'll go ahead and add the properties, and we're going to go ahead and it does meet criteria. And now you're going to see a bunch of either false or true values. If I go back to my visual and add and use this specific column my filtering, if I click on edit, it does meet criteria, and I can just keep it as is, or I can say it's true, either way. It will automatically filter that data down based on the value of that column. Why is this so important? Well, say I need to change my criteria for filtering. Instead of having to go and do this on every single visual I use this for, and we're only using one, but many times you're doing this on multiple different pages on many different visuals, I just go to a single source and be able to change that logic. Say, for example, in this simplified case, I want to go ahead and edit my specific column. So I'm going to go ahead and here, I'm going to go ahead and say, click on this. Let's go ahead and load up. We're going to go ahead and settings. And we're going to go ahead and add it, edit. And I'm going to go and say change this to maybe 2022. Now, it'll automatically go ahead and change any visual that was using that specific criteria, and it'll go ahead and update it. Didn't have to change a thing with the exception of where my business logic is. So that's it for this video. Just wanted to show you a high level of data limiting and what it can do. If you have any requests or feedback, please feel free to leave a comment or go ahead and connect with me on LinkedIn, Hussam Rahman. I'll see you guys next time.